Stick with me in this episode and you'll see how I put forks on a cherry picker and just so I can lift jet skis into the sky. Okay, that was not easy. That was not easy. I had to drag that in from outside, and it's got a motor in it. It's heavy, and I had it on a dolly and wheeled it around. I got a blanket up here on this lift. I got it up there. There was nothing pretty about that. So now I've got the other jet ski over here on the dolly. I got it from outside off the ground. It doesn't have a motor in it, so that's good. I wonder if I have that motor. I probably have it somewhere laying around here. I don't know. Anyways, I need to take the motor out of this thing. And that jet ski over there is finished. Just don't worry about it. How am I going to store these jet skis? 83 inches is how long they are from tail to nose. All right. They're not very wide. They're probably 2.5 feet wide. But I was looking at this area right here. Let me move these two out and just put them right there. Well, that tubing, that tubing to that tubing is 5 foot. So yeah, I need more. It would come out to here. It would come out to here. That's just too much room to be taken up for one. And so I want to stack them. And now I'm nervous about building something that will hold the weight of this jet ski and another jet ski way up high. That's what I'm nervous about. That means I need to learn how to build gussets. That's those things, those little triangle. Yeah, I need to learn how to build those. And I'm not going to video it, but I'm going to pull all that stuff out of there, set it on the ground, gut it the best I can. I'm probably going to put all the parts in a bin and just, I've got a person I'm going to see if they want it. I'm just going to unload it on them. And I just want to look over here. Okay. I was seeing if this piece is broke. It's not. This one is. So it is what it is. What am I going to do now? I'm going to turn the camera off, get the wrenches out, and start taking things apart. It's going to be weird. A lot of work. Okay, so I've got the other jet ski up here because your brain can play tricks on you. I'm telling you right now. So this jet ski doesn't have an engine in it, but that jet ski does. And when I've been moving these around all these times out in the end, wherever, and getting them back in here, it was blatantly obvious this didn't have a motor. That one does. And so I got this one up here, got the motor out, got it super light. And I was like, wow, this is really light. And so I just thought, what's left in this one? So I opened it up. Got this little thing right here. Stick it in there. Yeah, so I opened this one up to see what's left in there, and there's a whole motor. I was lugging it around, dragging it light. Oh yeah, this is me. I was just dragging it all over the place. No big deal. It was easy. That one over there, I was about to fall apart on me because this doesn't even, it has a motor. It's like, oh Lord. Well, I thought it didn't have a motor, so I stand corrected. But it's much cleaner inside this one. I'll give it that. Anyways, I gotta take this thing all apart and get all this out too. This don't even belong in here. Ooh, gas cap. Alright. Okay, so what's next? I've got 3 jet skis. One's on a little cart that rolls around real nice, and I've got 2 that are just sitting on the ground. And I want to build something that's going to let me stack them up. And I also have a bunch of these wheels, 4 swivel wheels, and I'd like to get these wheels to help me roll it around to where I can get it out and around to where I can do something with it. Yeah. So, something like that. And you can imagine that there's going to be a jet ski sit here on top. and then a jet ski sit here, and then underneath a jet ski will sit. So 3-high jet ski holder thing. So I've got the width. So the jet skis are 24 inches wide. So if I go 30, that gives me a couple extra inches there. And if I go 36 inches forward to backwards, it's not as long as the jet skis, but it's going to be right there where it holds majority of the center of the jet ski. Kind of stable. And it's also going to be a little bit more, this tubing, I'm going to use tubing like this. This is conduit tubing for electrical. It's easy to get a hold of in sections and stuff. I've got a hold of a bunch of it, and so I'm going to use it to build this out of. It's not really that heavy structurally, but these jet skis aren't that heavy because I pulled the engine and stuff out. All right, so what we're going to do is build 3-level jet ski holder, and I'm going to have to put them up there, and I don't think I can hold a jet ski, even without an engine, up and stick it up in the top of this. I don't know how high this is going to get off the ground. So I got to do some measuring on what the height of these are. Let's do that. All right, I'm going to call it end of the day today. So what do? Cut all of those. These are just going to be the gussets. They go diagonally 45 degrees like that in between an upright pole and a vertical pole. And it's going to stabilize the cart that's going to hold 2 jet skis up in the air a lot. And those are going to come in very handy. I've got some longer ones. I have 4 longer ones, and those 4 longer ones are, the bottom half is going to be a lot taller between shelves from the floor to the ground, because I'm going to have wheels down there as well. And that means I'm going to have, what do you call it? I'm going to have just a long tube, and that's going to be a kind of a fragile part. So those are gussets are a little bit longer. It just happens to be the scrap I have. The other part I've done is laying here on the floor. This is going to be my fork setup. Let me turn you around and show you what I'm going to do here. All right, square tubing. It's like 1.25 inches, I guess. I've even cut the bottom edge and am going to hold that shut and weld it to, just like regular forklift forks have. And then going back, what we have is a round pipe. Going to go in between there. I'm going to weld it all together on top of a square tube. Yeah, that's going to get welded together just like that. Even this upright piece is going to get welded to the back side. And this pipe is going to go right here on the top in between and get welded in and welded on right here. So that, yeah, this brace is welded on the bottom and up at the top for this little back cage for the forks. And then this thing is upside down right now. This hole is going to be on the bottom. It's going to be flipped like this. And that hole is going to go on that bolt right there. Bam. And we're going to weld it on. So I'm thinking about moving. It's got to sit out this far. It can't sit this far back. So I might have to move that hole further back, but that's okay. If not, then I can always take that chain out and make another hole here for the chain and move this bolt further out. That way this would sit here. Nevertheless, it's going to go in there like that. And these 2 angle irons, I've got to drill holes in, so they will go through right about there where my thumb is at. And they're going to go from up here to the back to that one, which that one's sitting upside down as well. That one will go on the back half of the cherry picker, and this angle iron, try this again, this angle iron is going to sit up here parallel to this square tube. It's going to be parallel-ish. Anyways, you'll get the full picture once it's fully assembled, but that's all of the parts other than a couple of bolts and drilling some holes. That is where we are at. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make that into a forklift cherry picker. And if I haven't said so before, y'all are probably seeing that this forklift hangs way out. There's nothing to stabilize. Well, the legs do come down, and not only do they come down out here the same length as the top of the cherry picker, but the legs, I have built them. The inner tube can slide out, telescope out further than just that. Yeah, so we will go through all of that once it's assembled, so you can take a full look at that. So I got a little bit of drilling, a little bit of grinding to do on these edges, clean them up, and this sucker is basically ready to weld together. That it means a lot of welding. So I'm going to use this big open floor here to lay things out and get them semi-flat. And you can see I've got my jet ski on its side because I was measuring out where those little ribs were. So the forks, I want them to lay in this area here. And on the rack, there's going to be 2 tubes that lay in this area here. That is the plan. That is the plan. Man alive, a bunch of metal, a bunch of pieces of stuff. I need to sweep up, call it a day, come back and start welding. Well, drill and grind, then weld. Yeah, let's see how this works. Whoa, that was a lot of welding. I just had in my mind just weld the stuff, but all said and done, you got to really take the time to let that metal melt, and you got to take the heat off and let it go, and then come back, because you're going to blow through a couple spots and have to fill where it gapped you, and ooh, it's tough. Okay, first things first, the forks that I built for my cherry picker. You ready? It's right here. That's them. That's them. All right, we'll get a better look at that. And the other thing we're going to show you, a little closer up look. You see that forklift? Yeah. And this contraption. Yes. Did I build that stout enough to hold 2 jet skis in the air? The empty, without motors, you think? I don't know. They got 2 runners just to kind of keep that jet ski sitting still. I don't think they're going to help much other than that. Yeah. I had to weld around. Oh, let's turn you around. I'll let you get a closer look at some of these crappy welds because I got tired. Let's go. Okay, starting on the end here. Yes, I had to take a slice out of this tubing and taper and kick that end up and then weld it together so it'd be like forks on a forklift. Yes, so there's a weld there and there's a weld right down through there. Yeah. And then, yeah, I welded this. Oh, I see a spot I didn't weld right there. Boop. I missed a spot. Got that, bubble gum that. That one's okay. Bubble gum that one. Yeah. And then I tried to do extra welds on this because you're sheet metal to this heavy steel, and all the weight pushing down on this side is pulling away. So that had to hold. It's a pulling tension. This one don't need much because it's a pushing. The weight is pushing there. Or actually pushing that way. The rest of the stuff bolt on, but that had to be welded right there. This has to sit still. And yes, when I go up and down, the forks stay level. Actually, I have them preloaded, a little toe up on the end for whenever I get load on it, it's going to sag. And I don't want it sagging too much and the load just slide right back off. Let's spin around. Look at this bad boy. Yes. Wow. All right. Yeah. Got some wheels down here. I'm doing the little 45 gusset things. I just welded those halfway around. I didn't do on the inside. They're just keeping the support that way. But the rest of the stuff all the way around. All the way around. That one all the way around on both those. Yeah. 45s. And I hope that there's enough room between this bottom and that top for a jet ski to fit in there. It's going to be tight. I've measured 3 times and I'm still not sure. It could be an inch off. That's going to hurt. I'm going to have to add just a little to the upper deck just to get it to go a little higher. What I would do is I would cut the tube right here and I would extend. Yeah, that's exactly what I do because I would cheat. So cheat. Okay. So first things first, let's spin around and see if we can get a jet ski on this forks. And if this forklift, this cherry picker with forks on it will hold the weight of a jet ski. What do y'all think? Will it hold it or not? All right, I'm going to have to move my table here, and I'm going to have to get... and by the way, I thought those tubes went way up in there. They actually go in about that far. There's about 6 inches. So those don't come up very much further. That's as far as they go. So yeah, there's the load, there's the wheels. I might have to put a counterbalance weight right back there. It's probably going to be that transmission. Let's see what happens. Let's put a jet ski on there and try to lift it. What do you think about that? Yeah? So far it's pretty good. It's pretty sturdy. Yeah, I think that's going to work great. I just have 2 little worries. The wheels on the bottom, if they're too narrow, the other jet ski won't fit underneath. And will these forks get high enough to get the last jet ski up on top? All right, let's find out.
Sunrise is just for you, so come along and take my hand.
I cannot believe that worked. It actually, yeah, it reaches. I actually have more on the cylinder, so it could have even went higher, but there's 2 things you got to worry about. Whenever you're doing lifting something that high, you've got this teeter-totter thing that's tend to happen, And with the forks sitting just a little crooked, it tends to get up there. And yeah, you don't want to do that. So I just got as high as I had to, and then got it in. And I was going to show you what I was doing to strap it. Yeah, so I've got a hook here. Well, that should have been around because this thing could snap over and give me a lot of slack, and everything could have went bad. Same thing with the other side. I just got the strap going through the hole because I couldn't get these black hooks to make it in that hole. That just keeps the thing on, secured it on. Oh my goodness, I can't believe they're up there. I can't believe this junk metal I just welded together is able to lift a jet ski that high off the ground. What is that, 6 foot? That's probably about 6 foot to the bottom of that jet ski. I can't believe I got that done. I amazed myself. Okay, yeah, let's see if the other jet ski fits underneath or if I've just done all this for nothing. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I got the triple decker jet ski stand, well, double decker jet ski stand with the garage for the bottom for a third jet ski. Man, this is cool. This is saving me so much space. Look at that. Look at all that area up there underneath that Volkswagen Bug just cleared up because that's going to the sky instead of taking up, yeah, real estate on the ground. Right. So, wow. I'm looking up at jet skis. That's rare. You don't get to look up at jet skis. They're usually on the ground. But look at the trifecta. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. So I took the snorkel tube off of these two because, yeah, I thought that was going to get in the way with the pole. It might have. It's got room. It's got room. It made it just a little weird. How much room do I got? Wow. How much room on top? Yeah. And this other side, I actually rubbed the caster wheel in the back corner with the cart wheel because I didn't have it going in there perfectly straight. But yes, it's done. It's done. Forklift did its job. Thank goodness. Man, that was going to be embarrassing if I dropped one of those. Anyways, yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode. This is a good spot to wrap up the episode. Next episode is going to be more work on the Harley. But yes, triple decker jet ski stand. Can you build one yourself? Yes, you can. You just got to get the welder out and get lots of welding wire. I always put things on wheels. I have to. I just can't stand it when there's something that you have to have another tool come over and pick it up to move it around. And so I naturally put everything on wheels, and that can be a hindrance, but it can help. And I've got to move these three. And if they're not on wheels, I have to unstack it, move the pipe little rack thing, and then put them all back. But let's see how long it takes. In real time, no fast forward, how long it takes me to put these back there in the back corner. Let's see what happens. Just that easy. Cleared up my whole floor. Covered up the Harley. Got those put night-eyed over there in the corner beside the new forklift cherry picker. Catch me on the next episode with this bike. We've got to do some fork seals. We're going to do some tachometer fabricating. Yeah, whatever. We're going to do some stuff on that bike. Y'all have a good weekend.